Hello everyone, Ranjitha here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with a fun decoupage project where I do decoupage with tissues on fabric. Before we move on further, please subscribe to my channel and tap on the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Let's get started. Firstly, here is the list of the supplies I have used in the project. Once you gather them, let's begin. I'm laying down the pouch flat and I have selected some tissue with cars on it because I was making a gift for a young boy and he madly loves cars. I'm carefully running my wet brush over the tissue and outlining the area which I want to decoupage. And then I'm tearing it. I prefer doing this rather than cutting it with scissors because I feel blending these edges it's much more easier than blending it when I cut it with scissors. So I'm cutting as many pieces as I want while having a rough idea on where I want to place the tissues. Now that I have cut all the pieces of the tissue I want, I'm just rearranging them so that I'm finalizing the rough idea. Now I'm applying a good layer of Mod Podge onto the fabric directly. I'm not sticking the tissues right now. I'm just making a rough marking until where the tissue pieces end. And I'm applying a thick layer of Mod Podge. Please note, I am not sticking the tissues right now. This is slightly different from the regular decoupage techniques I do. I'm just trying to show you a fun new technique of applying tissue. You can follow this technique onto any surface that is flat and has no curves. For example, you can do this technique on a MDF box or any recycled project like a tray or a box or any flat surface like how I'm doing now, but you cannot do this onto a glass bottle. I'm repeating the same process with all the tissue pieces. I'm applying a layer of Mod Podge and letting it to dry completely. Now that my Mod Podge is completely dry, I'm taking some baking paper because it is heat resistant and my tissue is not. So to protect the tissue from the heat I will be applying, I'm placing the tissues as I had planned over the dried Mod Podge. Now I am placing a piece of baking paper on it and I will be ironing this. My iron is set at medium heat and has no steam in it. This is a very easy and fun way to get an absolutely wrinkle-free outcome. You can do this on any flat project. It's a very quick and easy way, but the only trick you have to take care is you have to have a baking paper on it and Your Mod Podge should be completely dry. Now that I'm done with the basic decoupage, I'm trying to fill up the empty spaces with some stamps and some stenciling. The boy wanted his name on it, bright and big, so I'm using a stencil, and with the help of the stencil I'm painting his name onto it. While using paints, be careful you don't smear your paint that creeps in under the stencil. I have done that. Don't worry, you just take a dry tissue and dab on it so all the excess paint comes off. I'm repeating the same process and completing his name. Once that I've made a mistake, now I'm carefully rubbing all the excess paint or wiping off all the excess paint before I go on to the next letter. Now I have picked up some background stamps and I'm just filling the empty spaces with these background stamps. I'm using archival inks to stamp my background. I prefer archival inks because they are permanent and they are waterproof. This pouch can be washed, but it is not suitable for machine wash. You can wash it with a mild detergent with your hands. I'm using different stamps with different shades of archival ink to fill my background. The background, I preferred it to be subtle enough so that it doesn't take away the attention from the decoupage tissues. I'm now stamping little stars all over, filling the gaps. While I was doing it, my little one wanted to help me because this was a gift and she wanted to make it all by herself. She's my 2-year-old daughter trying to stamp the little stars. I wanted to help her, but she wasn't convinced and she wanted to do it all by herself. So here's my little one with her little hands stamping it here and there. It wasn't perfect, but I think it added to the beauty and it made it more personalized. Crafting is always fun, especially you can involve your little ones into it. It keeps them occupied and makes them learn a lot of stuff unknowingly. Of all, it keeps them away from the mobile and TV. I plan to add a sentiment onto this piece, but I realized that I should have stamped the sentiment first and then fill the background. My sentiment is now kind of lost in the background, so in order to slightly cover up my mistake, I'm adding a frame to the sentiment just to grab in some attention. Anyways, if you're trying to recreate something similar, and if you want to have a sentiment or some nice quotation on your project as well, my suggestion is you stamp the quotation first and then fill the background so that your eyes don't take off. I'm now stamping some more stars here and there. This time I chose to change the color of my Akava link just to add in some more detailing and interest. As you can see, most of my videos have my little one is here again stamping some more stars here and there. As you can see, most of my projects are unplanned and I go as my mind takes. I will just have a basic idea of what I'm planning to do regarding the theme and the colors I plan to use, but the rest I go with it as my mind takes. I think that gives me more pleasure. Here is my finished project, and here is the project in my little one's hands. Now that I'm done with my project and I have no more stamping and stenciling to do, I'm now covering my tissue alone with a good layer of Mod Podge and sealing it. This makes it water resistant. Like I said, you cannot wash this project or fabric pouch in a machine, but gentle hand wash should do. That's it, my project is almost done. I'm giving it a final coat of Mod Podge here and there. I just have to give it enough time to dry and my project is ready. You can see the close-ups of the fabric pouch I have decoupaged on. I really liked how it turned out. I hope you liked this video and I was of some inspiration to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please subscribe to my channel to see more of such craft and card making videos. You can also follow me on my social media. The links are given in the description box below. Thank you.